Hello there, this is Priscilla, and I am making this video just to give you a quick overview of the course. But before we get into the course, what I wanted to show you and remind you of is that there is a number for web study help in case you have trouble. Obviously, if you've forgotten your Sussex email password or login information, you've got to contact the hotline or IT service, and they'll help you with that. Otherwise, I want you to look at this 800 number. I have called them at 11 or 12 at night. The morning people call them at 4 or 5 in the morning. There's always somebody there to answer your questions, and they're very helpful. All right, so I'm going to go into our directed study course, and I'm just going to give you a real quick overview. This is what the front of your textbook should look like. I hope you don't have trouble finding it. I'm giving you the first 3 weeks without the use of the textbook, so you're going to be able to get time to find it online. There should be leftover ones in the bookstore because this course was taught last semester, but I know you want to try and get it as inexpensively as possible. All right, so the course is driven by the timeline, and I am clicking on that timeline. What I wanted to show you is the fact that the course is set up in a series of modules, and that is Crosby in the background. So if you hear all that barking, that's what that's about. He's barking at the plow. Okay, orientation to the course documents. You can see we have 15 modules, including your final project. You will need your book, I think, probably from M4 on. And so this is the whole course in a nutshell. If you want to see what everything looks like, you can go over here and you can expand it. What I want you to see is that the dates that you need to be concerned about are the calendar due dates. So your first assignment is due on January 31st. It's welcome and introductions. All of your assignments will be due before midnight on Saturday. This, of course, does not mean you have to wait, but it means that that's the final due date for that module. I don't accept late assignments if there's a but you may certainly work ahead. And I think, I can't remember if in this course I deduct the lowest grade or not. All right, here's a typical module. And one of the key things that I want to show you is we've got learning objectives here. And you're going to be using the American Passages website. And what that is a series of telecourses that were done by the Annenberg. They're really first rate, and you're going to they're going to give all the background information in a much better way. So we're going to enter the series website, and what you're going to do is we're looking at native voices. Sometimes I take you right to that particular passage, and sometimes you might have to hunt around for it. So this is what this is about: resistance and renewal in American Indian literature. And of course, Native Americans were the first people in our country. And so what you want to go to here is using the video. There are other materials here that you're welcome to read that can really be helpful to you. And it gives you a little bit about who's interviewed. If you were doing a research paper and you wanted to look these people up, you'd be able to use them so you could cite them. All right, so, and it gives you a little information about it. It also, well, I'll just stick with this. I'm trying to keep the video short so you don't get too bored. All right, and so they're all about 30 minutes. So it's a good idea to make sure you have 30 minutes to do it, and when you start this assignment. And take some notes. You can pause it and take notes, because notice there's a closed caption, and that way you can see if you want to. All right, I'm going to stop this now. So they're excellent quality, and they will do for you what I cannot. All right, also, what you will have after you take the video, you're going to take the test. And it's you know, I'm not trying to bust your chops here, but I do want to make sure that you understand the essential points of the video, that you weren't daydreaming while you were watching it. or texting or whatever. Well, you can do whatever you want, of course. But then what you want to do is you want to go to take the exam. And if you click on that, I don't know why it's not going. We'll click on the Utopian Promise. Puritans. Those were tough guys. All right, so this is what it'll look like. Here are all three, Alexa, Cody, and Grace. Three of my favorite students. All right, so you take the exam, and you can take it. Oh, I don't want you to take it 2 or more times, but then when you're ready to take the exam, you just do it. And I think it gives you a submit button at the end. Okay? And if you want to argue with me about that, I always like that. I think that's sort of fun. I don't mind if people want to disagree. And then you can click the finish button. All right. And that's how you take exams for the videos. The other assignments that you're going to have are forum assignments. So I'm going to go back to the timeline. And it'll ask you if you want to leave the page, which is kind of nice because you don't accidentally hit it. And I'm going to go to another module. I'm trying to find one. Every once in a while, the Salem Witch Trials, that's one of my favorites. That's kind of an interesting, and I'm using another website there. This isn't the American Passages one. I'm taking you to the Salem Witch Trials site. And this is the one that Ancestry.com used. Okay, I see a correction I have to make. And it gives you all kinds of information about that. All right. But if you go a little bit further down, there are a few modules where you will have both a forum and a test. This is not one of them. When you have a forum assignment, everybody can see your assignment after you post this. And here I want you to take one of the essential ideas in Emerson, how it's relevant in this time and how it translates into our time. And then you go ahead, you start your new thread, you give your post, and you submit. All right. That's how that works. I'm sure some of you have done forums here before. Timeline. All right. Let's see. Where was I most likely to give you more than one assignment? Probably as we get closer. In the Enlightenment? Okay, I guess this was it in the Enlightenment. Did I do it for Emerson? No. Okay. And when we got to the Gothic, so you have Gothic Undercurrents video, and then you have Hawthorne. You've got a form on Hawthorne. So this will be a heavier week. So you might want to take a glance and just notice. There aren't many weeks when I do that, but there are a couple of weeks when I do that. So you have a little bit more than one assignment. All right, and then you can see the whole course. I don't think I have the final visible for you all yet because I'm still tinkering with that. I'm not sure I want to do what I've done in the past, so I may do something different. All right, so your first assignment is the Welcome and Introductions Forum, and that's due January 31st. And because I've done this video a couple of times and flubbed it already, I can't remember if I said this or not. But this is writing a forum. You can insert pictures, you can do whatever you want, you can write, and if you start an assignment and then you realize, oh, I got to go to work, or somebody calls you on the phone, hit submit so you don't lose it. You can always come back and edit it. Don't erase. I don't think you have the erase button. I can do that. You can go back, you can edit it, and you can fix whatever you need to fix. So that's basically how the course works. Did I talk about grades yet? Probably not. Let me do that quickly. You're going to see grades up here. This is how your whole grades. Probably you may not see this. What you're most likely to see is, I'm going to pull up Alexa's. You'll see the various categories. So the forums are probably worth 65%, quizzes 25%. I may be changing these modules. Here's what, right now, Alexa, all of you have an F. Why in the world do you have an F? That's because you have not completed all the assignments. And I'm hoping, and I'm saying this because this is a new grading grade book, so new version of their grade book. So your percentage should be so far, you should be getting what's called a running average, because that's what I checked off for you. So let's say you have 5 assignments and you're averaging a 90, which is a B plus. That's what it should say, B plus here, or it might say it'll say 90% B plus. All right, if you have any questions about your grades, you can email me, and please always email me on Web Study. I check that email so much more frequently than I do my college email, especially at night and on weekends. Not that I don't like hearing from my colleagues, but I can usually wait. All right, so what else do I want to let you know? I think that pretty much covers it. And where is the screencast video? I hope it's... All right, somehow I paused the video. I just want to show you one more feature. You will have something called an open forum, and this is where I want you to ask questions, or you can make comments. You can say, I don't understand this assignment, whatever. I will check them, but if one of you gets on and has a question and somebody else gets online before I do and knows the answer, please feel free to answer the question for each other. That's part of what this is all about. If you can say, I don't like this assignment, or I really got into this, or yada, 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 that's okay. That's what the open forum, free expression, right? Okay, I think that about covers it. There's just one more thing that I want to let you know about. There's something called an open forum, and this is where I want you to be able to ask questions, to say what you want to say about an assignment, or sometimes students have experience. They're related to some of these topics and they want to share that. That's perfectly okay. This is a freebie, your open forum, open communication. All right, now I'm serious. I'm really done. All right, so that about covers it. I'm done. You'll be able to ask questions throughout the course, but this should give you a good overview. All right, I hope you're having a good weekend.